Hello.
Well, then actually, Diva, you can do an intro tonight, maybe.
Sure.
All right. Well, live stream is getting rolling here. We
Mhm.
are just a moment away here from going live on the radio. So yeah, about 10 seconds to go here. And awesome. My sound is set correctly. So we are good. Let's have some fun.
Let's
I'm
do
down.
Welcome to Ability MKE Now. My name is Sue Roskoff, and Ability MKE Now is a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at Ability MKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own, with people we know, or people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at Ability MKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. I am thrilled to again this evening have my wonderful co-host joining us. So let's go ahead and bring in Denise Vargas. Diva, say hello.
Hello, Milwaukee, and everywhere else. Thank you for joining us. Wow, this is going to be a great show today. We have with us an extraordinary guest who's got the most awesome stuff that she does. You just have to hear from her because I may not do it justice, but this woman is so sweet, so kind, and so creative. Let's welcome Carolyn Williams.
I was all set to clap for Emily. That
Excellent.
is, that's a heck of an intro. Thank you very much. It's
And did I
super fun to
mention
me.
that she's very, very, very funny?
We're so glad to have you joining us here tonight. So, give us a little bit of insight. Who are you? What do you do? Go ahead and give us a bit of an intro.
Thank you. I ask myself that all the time. Who are you?
Oh,
My name is Carolyn Williams because it says it right here on this little square. And then I'm coming to you from Tybee Island, Georgia. But I've had a couple of visits to the beautiful state of Wisconsin and had a great time every time. So I do like to travel. I'm a wife and a mother, and that definitely ties in because my husband and I have been working together for 40 years. We have a printing company, and then that's the digital business card service came from that, and that's where the kids came in. So they also are support for that as well. So it's a family business. It's definitely a family affair, and it's great fun. Getting people what they want is so fun.
Yes, I totally agree. So tell us a little bit more about For My Card. If people want to find out more, I know you have a website for that. What is your website?
I sometimes forget it, so I keep it right here. It's called formycard.net. And so it's right there. And it's a digital business card service. I was an incoming president for a networking group, and I thought it'd be a swell idea to put everybody's business cards on a little keychain. So I was going to go to Michael's. So if you know Tybee Island, which is a 1 mile by 3 mile island outside Savannah, one way on, one way off. I got up on a Saturday morning and I was going to leave it because if there's an accident, you're stuck on one side or the other. So I was being very brave on a Saturday and I was going to leave the island and go to a craft store and get the supplies. But my husband said he had this idea for years and he's like, just give me a day, maybe two. Within 2 hours or less, he's like, look at your phone. And when I clicked the link, my business card was right there on the screen, the front and the back of it. And then he goes, okay, you like that? Well, look at this other link. And it had everyone in the chapter, their business card. And that was kind of cool. So that's how we were able to share and connect with people. Networking is what we do. We know each other because we're all networkers, which is nice. And then that's what we did. So we started promoting our chapter. We became the number one in the number one region. but the digital business cards were getting more attention than people wanting to talk to me about their printing. So we actually at some point we're like, okay, now we've got hundreds of people signed on. Let's just make it its own thing. And I have a big vision for this company, and I love what y'all do in the support of people with all abilities. And then there are people that are, this is not pleasant. This is always like it takes the room down a little bit in human trafficking. And that was my big vision for making its own company, make this a successful company, help other people get what they want, keep the cost less than a box of business cards. Remember, we're in the printing business, less than a box of business cards. So I'm my own competition, and create an income stream for Operation Underground Rescue and the other good folks that are doing the hard work. And, we don't have to create another organization. Support the good, strong, smart, brave people that are already doing it. So that's the story of where it came from and the mission.
Awesome. And so how long has it been now that now For My Card, that the website is the number 4 MYCARD. So formycard.net. How long has that been around now?
It originally was formycard.com, but now it's formycard.net, over 10 years.
Oh, excellent. And I know we met originally through the Happy Business Networking. And we've met a lot of amazing people through that. So what kind of interactions have you gotten from others? What kind of feedback? 'Cause I know it's been positive, but what kinds of, do you have any stories or any success pieces that you could share?
It's crazy. People would talk about the world shutting down, the world shutting down. It's not shutting down. We know each other because the world opened up and gave us this a wonderful opportunity to connect with people from all over the world, and hearing the stories. I don't have Misty's book. I usually have it right here next to me as a prop. Misty Henkel was the first author to put her For My Card QR code on the back of her card, back of her book cover, and also have it on the inside of her book as she was discussing marketing and sales and so forth. So connecting with people around the world and then hearing how they have growth for very small investment. Their companies, their services are growing. They're keeping their brand compliant, so which is important to everyone who has their own colors and their own logos. So it's been a thrill. I love when people call and just to say, I can't believe this just happened. A mortgage guy in Florida called on a Friday, got his For My Card that in an hour or so that Friday, didn't even have a card. So we worked from zero. We designed it for him, no extra charge, and put it all together for him. He went to open house the next day, saw a realtor he knew, and walked out with 4 clients because he has the mortgage application right on his For My Card. You can click and apply for the mortgage right there.
How cool is that? Making everything as practical and right in front of you. You don't have to carry things around. It really is right there. You got all the things you need. And when I think about all abilities, that's something where, when you're going out and trying to network with people in person, there something like this, how much simpler does this make it for a person to be able to connect?
I know a fella here in the Savannah, Georgia area who does self-defense courses and martial arts sort of thing. And he has a specialty also for helping the blind, which
Oh
is
my goodness.
right. And how empowering is that? And he's like, this is a whole market that can use For My Card because their devices, they can share them back and forth. They can get the information because their phones speak to them. And I was like,
It's
we,
huge.
we you keep learning from other people. The more people use it, the more they ask. I laugh because when we get together as a team, I'm like, all right, I have a new term for our company, and we are the unique yes, because no matter what people have asked, and it's always been yes. A teenager said, I would like a QR code. Could I have a QR code? Yes.
I
I wanted
love
to go
it.
directly into my contacts. A printed card does not go directly into your contacts, by the way. And they figured it out, and the answer was yes, or I want more information on there. And then, all the hamsters get on the wheel and make it happen. So we love to hear what else people would like it to do so we can give them their unique yes.
I love that. And Diva, that makes me think of you immediately when I think of live creatively. This
Mhm.
is absolutely the essence of that. So Diva, I want to turn it over for you for a moment.
Yeah. Um, actually, one of the things that, first of all, I love love. that you are so willing to adapt for whatever the person's needs are or wants. And if you can do it, which for the most part, it seems like you can do just about anything. And I love that. But also, I would like for the audience to hear about another service that's within For My Card, which is for nonprofits.
Yes, that was a lot of fun to figure out. Hey, this could be a marketing tool, a way, an income stream for nonprofits. We'll work with the nonprofit, and if they want an affiliate link, they get 40% of the new account. So that's about $30 for every new account. And then we pay that out at a certain rate, usually 117 or more, because that gives everybody the least amount of fees and things, whatever, all the other people that want a piece of it. And then that is the happiest day when we can dance around on my For My Card, which is this QR code. We started a nonprofit on Tybee last year, and it's Tybee Stops Traffic. I guess you can figure it out. We give money to Theros Place that takes care of reclaimed souls, 17 female soul, 17 to 12, that age range. You know, I believe they stay there till they're 18 kind of thing, but get these young ladies back on their feet and educated and therapy and clothes and fun. You know, they need some fun. So I have to, and that costs a lot of money, all of the things. So we are happy to give 100% of our proceeds to Theros Place. And our big event is coming up September 29th. So I do have a button on my For My Card that goes directly to Tybee Stops Traffic. And on Tybee Stops Traffic, we have a link there. And then Theros Place gets $30 from every account that comes through that link. And there are some people, they have a passion project. So we work with them and they don't want an affiliate link for themselves. They want it for their group. So if you have a board, say, of 15 people, 10 people, and they all have the same affiliate link, then that's all of those people, because mostly people see a For My Card because someone gives it to someone else. And then the other someone says, well, that's cool. How do I get one? And they can say, oh, you click here, you also help support my cause. So, yeah.
That is amazing. So paint me a picture of, if somebody scans that QR code, where does it take them? What are they going to see?
It takes them to what would look like the front and back of someone's business card. Let me see if I grab one here. Well, this is mine. And that is the front of my printed business card, and that is the back. And then the front and the
have
back.
a picture. So for the radio audience, give a verbal description then of I'm actually able to see it. I love that we're on Zoom so I can see.
That's right. Yeah, I see. I'm trainable, but not very quickly. Yes. Hello, radio friends. Yeah. So when you first look at it and it pops up on the screen, you hit the link. It looks like the front and back of their business card, right? It's not just a same thing that looks like everyone else's. Put your picture here and choose a background picture. So it is very brand compliant. And then everything that's on it can be turned on or off. But the front and back of the card get a job, and they can, when you touch it, text, email, go to a website, or call. Did I say that? Call, text, email, go to a website. And then you can have as many of these other links on there that people would like. Like I said, I have a Monday memo. You can schedule meetings with me on it. We host some networking events as well. So we've got those links on there. And then there's a button. I have a custom contact form. So I know someone that's in the health and wellness world. So she has specific questions to help people when they first get in touch with her. An add to contacts button. There's a shortcut button to share it by text. It'll populate the link to the For My Card right in there. And the same thing for email. And then there's even another spot. I call it the closet. The closet, you can stuff all the extra things that you don't necessarily want company to see as soon as they come over, but you want to grab it and get it handy. Maybe it's whatever it is. So it could be pictures before and after the application to apply for a mortgage. It's what people want. So it's a hardworking little tool that can be shared over and over and over. It's one flat rate per year. we give crazy good customer service. So we'll open a Zoom and we, again, with the twice a month, we host networking and we can answer questions there too and connect other people. It's another way to meet people you might not have otherwise met.
That, and to me, that is perfect how it is that customizable. It doesn't look like everybody else's. It's going to look like yours, and it will have exactly the links that you want in there. That really is a perfect system that you have set up there, and I absolutely love that. There's so many practical ways. Even I'm even picturing a person that lives on their own and needs different. I could totally picture this being something where if you're perhaps nonverbal, you could even be able to use that as if I need to have a procedure or information to share about how to get to my dentist appointment, whatever it might be, that their caretaker could actually use that type of thing too. Click on that link and have all those details that they wanted to be able to share at their fingertips.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. I actually have goosebumps. I'm kind of a nerd.
I love it.
It's like,
Actually,
even like when you're in the hospital and the ER room and they're constantly asking you about your insurance and your this and do you have any allergies? So that really is a brilliant idea just to have medical record right on there.
Exactly. Could be right on there. A police officer or sheriff. What do they call him? Yeah, I think it's highway patrol. He wears the great looking uniform out there in California. And he's a friend from high school. And he uses it to just be extra friendly with people. To say, hey, this is who I am. And these are some fun things that we do in the community. So if they're doing an event, say in a park or something, a meet and greet, because we had a little skirmish, a little disagreement there for a while about people that were police and so forth. So they had to come think about it. Now they have to market themselves and reconnect with the community. And they can change the buttons to show what events are coming up or what's going on. You can fill out that contact form. What more do you need in your community? How can we make it better? And so they can connect that way too and get feedback practically instantly into their email. So, but I love the idea of a nonverbal person being able to, hey, if you're a nonverbal person, call me because we're just gonna give you a format card because that's important for you. It's just important for you. And
love
I
that.
would love to help with that.
And I'm even thinking like you were talking about nonprofits and organizations. I can even picture community organizations using this to promote their events and their meetings and all the things. If they've got a speaker coming up, they could have a button that takes you, this is our upcoming speaker. And what a great way to stay connected. You could do it on a personal level, obviously with your personal card, but even with groups, I can see, I'm just like, my mind's going all over the place here with all the potential of where this can go. And I'm so excited that you guys have this. And now I'm going to back up. I know we met through Happy Neighborhood Project, and I love to talk about that because it has been such a positive, wonderful connector piece for us and for a lot of people I know. What has the organization been like for you? What has it done for you in what you all have done with it?
It's introduced us to all of the Happy Neighborhood. And so we are a partner with the Happy Neighborhood Project. So you can find us in the Happy Neighborhood Project store. So that's really cool. And in the crawl on their website as well. And then being able to meet people from around the world. I mean, we definitely laughed together. That's the easy part. But we've lost people that we networked with together. Like they passed on, and so we grieve together, and we celebrate together. I haven't met so many of people that I hold so dear to me in person. I did have the good fortune of hanging with twice with Edwin and Philomena and Nick Davis, you know, Tom Bartholomew. We had a ball when we were in Michigan together for
Oh, I'm jealous. No, you guys, I heard so many good things from that event. And that was that as much as a year ago already? I'm trying to think when that was.
Yes. And so it was last time I went was last fall, last September.
Excellent. Well, now I would just want to take a moment here. I know we have another friend joining us from the Happy Neighborhood Project.
Favorite people.
Debbie Miller is in the house. So Debbie, come on in and say hello.
Hey everyone, it's nice to see you. Nice to see Carolyn here. Haven't
Yes.
seen her for a whole week almost.
And that's funny how that whole neighborhood piece comes together here because we really do see each other pretty often, which is wonderful. It's the whole small world effect. So, Debbie, actually, just take a moment and remind us who you are, what you do, and how we're all connected here.
Thank you. Yes, Happy Neighborhood Project has been a great way for me to meet actually all of you. So it's been wonderful, and I love spending time with you that way. Totally have friends, families that are friends that became family. So thanks, Diva, for that fun word that we have. I'm Debbie Miller with Legal Shield and ID Shield, and for the last 18 years, I've been helping families be able to write their wills affordably and without the stress. And so they can leave their families with a roadmap, not a scavenger hunt.
Ooh, that puts a whole different perspective on it when you say it that way. That is perfect. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So, Diva, I do want to bring you back in and give you a chance to share some thoughts, wherever your mind is right now.
Well, you know what? I just love that. We are surrounded by amazing creative people. I'm all about creativity and just making the world more accessible and united and just loving. So this is my family, and I'm just really, really excited for all the new ventures that we all have coming up. And let's just keep on giving each other the love and the support that we all need.
Awesome. I know with all the different things we have going on, it is kind of nice to have the ladies group here going this evening. I love this. So I'm going to ask everybody this question now. So we have with Ability MKE Now, we're all about bringing people that have disabilities and people that don't have a disability together and enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. The phrase I say all the time as we start the show out. I know we all do different things. So I'm just kind of wondering, what is the first thing that comes to your mind with how what you do brings that about? How is it that you can connect people that have disabilities and people that don't? Or I'll also throw in there just how can somebody who has now any disability take advantage of what you do or what you have to offer? How can you help them? So, Diva, I'm gonna actually start with you because I think yours is I know what you're gonna say, but I don't know if I'm right.
Well, how I like to help people within my community is if I see that they are feeling like they can't do something because of the disability that they have, because you have like very mild disabilities and then very high end disabilities, right? Where you need help with everything. So now you feel like, well, I can't do this because I can't do X, Y, Z. So maybe I can't go get a job because they're not gonna let me, take a break every half hour because I need to go do a procedure or whatever, right? Then I can be like, oh, you know what? You can start your own business. So, there's always a creative way to do what you want. You just gotta tweak it, make it work for you, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Awesome. I love that. So, Carolyn, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the baton your way.
Okay. Recently, this affected our little community. Tabby's, like I said, 1 mile by 3 mile island and about 3,000 people full time. And there was a fella that people would say with special needs. And we have another guy on the island who can give the best. We lost him. He passed away very unexpectedly, and it affected everyone. He got up in the morning, he made his rounds, stopped at the dentist office, did their team meeting, gave him the weather report. Like everybody knew Robert. Beautiful, beautiful soul. He was also a savant when it came to the ring game and cornhole. So, and he just made this place so great. But Eric said something at the eulogy, in his eulogy. And he said, he took him to the doctor. And the doctor said, well, do you know what his diagnosis is? And he was like, no. He's like, hey, Robert, you know what your diagnosis is? And he went, mm-hmm. Well, what is it? He goes, I'm fat. So Eric looks at the doctor and goes, he's fat. And so what he taught us through that eulogy I can't believe I'm repeating, it's getting tough, is that people with special needs are more like this. I have needs and they're special and they help me. And that's what's great about special needs, is that they fill a special need for us. And that is, it's a wonderful thing. Everybody has something to learn from somebody. And we've got a thing here too called employability that does Night of Champions. And it celebrates the people that are employed in the community, and their families come, and it's like better than being at the Oscars for these young people. And at every place setting, I will tell you this, there's also a little pack of tissues because it's so beautiful and wonderful. And I'm grateful to be able to be parts of get to be even on the fringes of that wonderfulness of employability. Everyone has something to give. And just because some people's disabilities show more than others doesn't mean they're not really there, because we all have something.
I love that. Oh my goodness. So many thoughts going through my head, but I am going to pass this over to Debbie first. Go ahead, Debbie.
Well, I guess all of us need attorneys, but some of us maybe need a little more assistance than others. So I love that our attorneys are here to help, not upsell you in anything that you don't need, like some places and some things. I mean, when I worked as a server, that was the point. Upsell your meal so you made better tips. Well, our attorneys just mentioned last week that they were here to make sure you had all the things that you needed, but not the things that you don't need. They don't need to pad their wallets, because our attorneys are paid well with Legal Shield, and I love that. And of course, I love their passion to help all of us, but especially to be there to represent people that do have those special needs, whether they're visible or not. We need to be sure that we're protecting those special people with our love, but also with whether it's our will or whatever they might need. So I love that from our attorneys. Thank you.
Awesome. Diva, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Sure. All I want to say is, hey, everybody out there, get For My Card, get legal help, get creative, get on our show. We want to have you here.
Awesome. So I know what when you guys were talking, it made me think too about what we do with our adaptive water skiing, because just this last Friday and Saturday, we had two big events locally here, and oh my gosh, I, I still am blown away by the experience. And it's not, I often think about what it is for our participants, our adaptive athletes, however you want to term what, because somebody else actually introduced that phrase of saying our adaptive athletes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that just takes a different tone on the whole thing of what we're doing. We use a sit ski, and that doesn't mean you have to be a participant. I mean, there are athletes out there participating in a sporting event. And we had, oh my gosh, we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 participants on Friday, which was like record setting for anything we've ever done. And that it was challenging, but in such a good way. The number of smiles, the number of people who were giving hugs and were saying how much fun this was and what a great experience it was. And I can hardly wait till next time. And people that came through and skied a second time, and actually a couple of them a third time, because it is so much fun to be able to share something. Like, it's a passion of mine to do the water skiing, and to be able to share that with people who are coming out. And I've heard often, best day of the year to be able to do this. And it is, well, like you had said, Carolyn, that they are bringing that special piece and sharing it with me, that I've said often, I don't know who's having more fun or gets more out of the event, the person who's coming and doing it that day, or me being able to be in a position to share something I love with others. And it truly, I could go on, but I know we are coming up to our end. Carolyn, Debbie, Diva, thank you guys so much for being here. This has been such a great conversation. And with our Milwaukee crew